High Commission of India in Ghana is pleased to commission this documentary on the Indian diaspora in Ghana. After my arrival, when I was meeting various dignitaries, each and everyone recognized the important role being played by the Indian community. After these interactions, I was inspired to trace and document the rich legacy and history of Indian community, how it all started. And that's why we associated Indian Association with the High Commission, so that we can get in touch with the living legends who are still active and find out from them what made them to come to Ghana, what was their initial experience, and how they find Ghana to be. The initial arrival of Indians in Ghana was mainly of Sindhi traders. In the 70s, the second wave of arrival of Indian community members happened. After 2000, there has been a huge expansion of Indian community members, and basically these are not only businessmen but mostly are professionals, be it software engineers, be it management guys, financial experts. Through their activities, they are contributing a lot to the economic development of Ghana, generating the employment for Ghanaians, and also contributing to the increasing bilateral trade turnover.
In 1890, the first Indians to come to Ghana arrived on the shores of this little fishing community in Accra. It would mark the beginning of a successful economic and social migration to a welcoming land that thousands of Indians would eventually call home. One of the very first Indian families to arrive in Ghana were the Mehtanis. Ghana was a very different place back then, and here Mr. P.K. Mehtani describes the often months-long journeys Indians had to endure to reach Accra.
There were no these aeroplanes, this and that. We used to go or arrive here by ships, and that also not directly from Sindh, means from Karachi to Bombay, from Bombay to Marseilles, which was the first stop, change, and then take another ship from Marseilles via Dhaka to Accra. Yes, there was no harbour then, so we had boats coming from the shore to the ship, and we are lifted by cranes from the ship to the boat by cranes.
And where was that? Was that at
Jamestown.
Jamestown, just nearby here?
Jamestown. That was the only way to enter Accra then.
Air travel eventually reached Ghana, but it wasn't without its challenges.
That time our journey was different. There were no flights to come here. Ghana, Nigeria, they know. There was one Sindhi company who used to charter the airlines. So they once a month, once or twice, whenever they get enough passenger, they used to charter. So we were in the plane about 24 passengers, two friends. Come to Bombay, and from Bombay we go to Aden, because the plane was small, it couldn't fly night time. We go and sleep in Aden one night. Then from Aden, we sleep night, then morning time, we go back, came to Asmara. Then Asmara, we sleep one night, we come to Khartoum. Then we sleep one night Khartoum, we come to Kano. We sleep one night Kano, we land in Accra. 4 days journey, 4 day journey.
Indian migrational patterns were trending towards East and Southern Africa, but those who went against the grain found risk and reward in West Africa.
When the British were ruling Africa, they were able to attract a lot of Indians to work in South Africa, East Africa, but they couldn't get them to come to West Africa. In those days, West Africa was called white man's graveyard. A lot of diseases, black water fever was a killer, yellow fever was a killer. There was no proper cure for even ordinary malaria in those days. So those workers British wanted to recruit were not prepared to come, except for the mercantile community. I think they saw perhaps better rewards that goes with the risk, and they were prepared to come to the West Africa as business people.
Those early pioneers were exclusively Sindhi merchants. For the most part, they set up trading houses, some of which would grow into businesses that have become household names in Ghana, like the Mohinani Group and Melcom.
The family has been here non-stop since 1929. My father opened his own business under the name and style of Glamour. That was in 1946. So we were in diverse business. I mean, the time came when I felt that I should start my own. And, with the help of my two sons-in-law, they have helped me with business, and we started as a trading company, but we branched off into industry, we branched off into travel, we are now into hospitality, and in future we hope to go into healthcare. We are seriously thinking of going into saving and loans. So very shortly, my two grandsons will be joining us in business, and that would make fourth generation. So let's see what ideas they have.
Trading was very competitive, and we saw the unemployment is there, and we saw industry got more future.
And so began the gradual shift in focus from trading to manufacturing. Indian-owned factories would begin to dominate segments such as pharmaceuticals and plastics.
My late brother brought me into Ghana in 1969. I came to join an industrial group who was involved in the manufacturing of footwear, plastic packaging products. So after working with the group for 24 good years, myself and my colleague decided to be on our own, and we took over a 6 pharmaceutical companies in Ghana called M&G Pharmaceutical. The first 4 products we started in 94 with 15 employees on our payroll. Today, M&G Pharmaceutical has 200 employees on its payroll, and we are doing about 78 products, namely tablet, capsule, suspension, and the syrup for 800 our clients.
I used to go to Japan buying the goods. I saw the exhibition of plastic, and I saw this plastic is very easy to make it. So I bought a machine from there, come and took the shade here, and bought first plastic factory here. So I was the number 2 second industrialist in Ghana.
My father started off in a small plant, I forget even the location, but with 4 employees. Today our manufacturing unit, the last headcount would be over 2,000 in manufacturing. If we take the whole headcount for Ghana as a group, we would be around 2,600 local employees. More recently, it's been diversification to the food sector, fast foods in KFC. So apart from the consumer preference or choice of getting an international brand, what it's added is the service sector here. It's little nascent. So what we've added is international standard value, you know.
Many traders came gone. I now heard of many traders came, Sadhwani Bazaar, they closed down after them. But the industry is still surviving it.
And it wasn't long before Indians entered the capital-intensive industries of cement and steel through companies like Diamond Cement, Premier Steel and B5+.
So at that time I had a lot of goods coming on the high sea, and I had to find a port where to put my goods. And then I went to Togo, I came to Ghana, to find where I can receive the goods. So I found Togo, because Togo had a free port. And I told the ship to drop the goods in Togo. And there I started warehousing the goods and keeping them safe. People used to come to Togo to buy goods from me for Ghana. I said, how can they buy goods from here so expensive and then go to Ghana and they are able to sell it? So why don't I go and open the business in Ghana?
I came to Ghana, that was in 1996, to recall. I was on my way to Liberia, and it was Uncle Seti who stopped me over here in Togo, that time, to help him out with some activity. BFAP Plus started in 2002, and we saw a big opportunity into the industry segment. Steel industry in those days was relatively quite new. There were a lot of products we used to import from our neighboring countries, small countries like even Togo and Ivory Coast, from South Africa, all parts of the world. Today we are proud to say that BFAP Plus is one of the biggest manufacturing facility in West Africa.
Mukesh Takwani's success in the steel industry gave him the means to fulfill a long-held desire, one that would see the launch of an international standard school in Ghana.
When I came to Ghana, from that time I had a vision to open a world-class school facility in Ghana, and BFAP Plus has a CSR responsibility. We became the promoters of DPS International.
This school started in the year 2010, maybe with around 2 nationalities only. But now today, in 2017, we have around 28 nationalities and more. We have as such 2 types of curriculum in our school. The CBSE curriculum, which is an Indian curriculum, which very easily caters to all the Indian children. Though most of the Indian children now opt for the other curriculum which we have, that's the British curriculum. And then we started it out not only having academics as a focus, we made sure each and everything is taken care of, be it debating. So we even give them public speaking training out here. We give them training even in dance, music and other fields too.
We are very proud to say that we are looking forward that DPSI will bring one of the presidents of Ghana for near future. We are sure for that.
No story about Indian success in the world would be complete without mentioning information technology. And one company has become a byword in technical excellence, IPMC, one of West Africa's largest IT companies. Its founder, Mr. Amar Hari, says it was fate that led him to Ghana.
After building a reasonably sized business in Liberia and then losing it all to the Liberian War, my family was back to square one. We shifted back home to India. Luckily, one morning in my dream, I saw the map of West Africa and I saw the country Ghana popping out. I shared that with my elder brother and asked him, why don't you go to Ghana and find out what is happening there, why Ghana came into my dream. My brother was not very excited. He says, I have been to Ghana once, the country is quite poor. But while I was selling my computers and I was giving them my accounting software to make them more productive, there was another need. People didn't know how to use computers. And that is when I thought of started starting the IT training. So all these years, IPMC has supplied the IT equipment. We have been into software development for so many years, and today also we have a big team for software development. Over the years, we all know that IPMC turned into a household name, and this is where the success of IPMC is.
Not to be left behind, Indian women in Ghana have forged their own path in promoting charitable causes and hosting social and cultural events that bind together an increasingly diverse community.
Yeah, it was when I came in Ghana after 2-3 years. They started this Indian women, but officially it started in 28th February 1988. But mostly was Sindhis when I came. But now every caste and religion people we work joined together and work. We never differentiate anything. If you can do something for the people who needy people, making some ward in the hospital, some water facilities, some education, to adopt some children, give them scholarship and all, whatever we can do, we are doing. We have every month, first Wednesday of the month meeting, and only about 9 times in a year. So there we have nice, we play some game also and collect some charity money which we can use for. At present we are doing breast cancer. That is our main, the poor ladies we've been doing, and this borehole program. And wherever anybody call us and they need some help, we do for them. So we have time, housewives, and also we should give some time to others also, not yourself only. I believe in that.
As a reflection of its business origins, the Indian Association began life as the Indian Merchants Association, founded by Sindhi trading houses in 1939.
Indian Association in Ghana, being the apex body representing the Indians who are present, the Indian diaspora in Ghana, acts as a good cementing body for all the regional organizations that we have, the smaller groups which have been formed. It just works to take them all together and move ahead with a common goal, with a common idea, with a common vision. So this is what I think Indian Association is out to achieve in future in Ghana.
The Indian Association has various activities that we do. First of all is the religious activities that start right from the beginning of the year with Mahashivratri and all coming in. And then of course, towards the end of the year, we have our Diwali Melas, we have our Diwali Ball, and of course we have the Navratri Mandal that does a lot of Navratri programs that come around September, I think. You know, some sporting activities. So yeah, I think they are quite involved, especially with even the Indian Women's Association. We get involved with them so that we jointly organize programs together over the year. For instance, we even have the Holi program. So it's important for the Indian Association of Ghana to be active over here because of the numbers of Indians that are present here. And, you know, Indians came here way back in the 1920s, as far as I can remember. And the whole idea is to support communities, to support the country as a whole. So I think it's very important for them to be around to pay back to society.
Today, the Indian Association represents the diverse communities that make up the almost 20,000 strong Indian population in Ghana. Truly a mini India.
India and Ghana enjoy a very special and unique bilateral relationship. India is a very steady and reliable developmental partner of Ghana, and we have implemented a number of developmental projects in Ghana. The bilateral trade also has been increasing, and the Indian community, through their presence and activities, are a major contributor in bringing in investment into Ghana and also in increasing the bilateral trade turnover. In fact, it is through the good name earned by the Indian community in Ghana that the Indian government's hands are strengthened when we deal and interact with the Ghanaian leadership. I wish Indian community all the best in their endeavors.